ways it gets involved in the production of games? The answer is yes! I am sick and tired of people acting like EA has no say in these games' production. People make the silly claim that PopCap makes the games, and EA just sits there and presses the release game button because apparently that's what publishers do. In fact, many publishers play a more prominent role than one might think. What people are likely imagining is a company such as Devolver Digital. They publish individual, smaller games to reach a larger audience. They may help fund the game and push the marketing, but they do a great job maintaining the original artist's creative vision. Now, how does this differ from EA? EA does publish Plants vs. Zombies games, but unlike Devolver Digital, they own PopCap. It creates an entirely different dynamic. EA owning PopCap means they have a much closer relationship, where EA is more inclined to request things, give advice, and provide funding. Because EA has more direct involvement, they'll be eager to ask for changes. And how do I know this? I just named an example of this happening. 2 if you count EA trying to make Apex Legends a paid experience. Here's another way to look at it. EA is PopCap's boss. Because EA provides PopCap with financial stability and more resources, they must agree and abide by what EA wants. Here's another example. Nintendo published Luigi's Mansion 3, but the game was developed by Next Level Games. Can you imagine Nintendo going up to Next Level Games and saying, "Alright, make a new Luigi's Mansion game and come back to us when it's finished"? That would never happen, and that's because it doesn't happen. Publishers have a direct incentive to coordinate and influence a project, whether for quality control or to steer the project the way the publisher sees it. I used Battlefield 2042's development as an example to illustrate that, yes, EA can and will get involved headfirst in development projects. It's impossible and stupid to say that after EA buys a company, they just do nothing. The Riccatelli era has been over for a decade, and Wilson has ditched the original relationship methodology in place when PopCap was initially bought. Even during the acquisition, you already had negative attributes such as the earn-out period that promoted PopCap to aim much higher with their revenue counts, or the fact that during a transition period, there is going to be a clear shift in company culture and dynamics.
That layer of middle management that they brought in, like those people had wonderful intentions, but the calculus that was done to sort of consider how that might affect the core culture of the studio, the game studio, I don't think was complete.
I know the past 20 minutes have been a lot to take in, so I'll give a quick recap. It was PopCap who fired George Band and who pushed for microtransactions in PvZ2. PopCap wasn't treating their senior developers properly, the same developers that got them in their successful position. The EA acquisition, whether intentional or not, did affect the company culture and dynamics through a slow but painful process. Intentions under Riccatelli were good, but a dramatic shift in leadership through Andrew Wilson would change how EA operated internally. EA, now the owner of PopCap and a publisher, will inevitably steer the course of how the games are made. This could be as simple as requesting renting plants, which would break the core gameplay structure, or further pushing microtransactions in later versions of PvZ2 to meet revenue goals. Publishers have a large hand in game development and can install specific metrics that worsen the outcome. So it is both PopCap and EA that have caused their own demise. By 2016, PopCap had been under EA's control for 5 years. After the release of PvZ2, they wanted to expand the scope of the franchise, and that year, the PvZ franchise would see 2 new games. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, the sequel to the already successful Garden Warfare, and Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, the spin-off card game. If you look at PopCap's output, the number of new IPs they produced had dried up. It was only Bejeweled, Peggle, and Plants vs. Zombies. This was likely part of the EA strategy.
Yeah, in the EA years would kind of start off with, like, okay, so this idea, is this a $1 billion idea? Can it become a $1 billion franchise?
Heroes would launch with little fanfare. It just came out, and didn't make a big splash. I assume PopCap thought it would do gangbusters, considering it had the PVZ brand. Sadly, on May 2nd, 2017, this image was posted on PopCap's official Twitter account, announcing a massive layoff. I remember when this was announced. Little 11-year-old me found it really saddening. Layoffs are never fun. People lose their jobs, and especially in an expensive area like Seattle, it can put people in a stressful situation. Though really, what happened to PVZ Heroes is a fascinating case study, one that dives even deeper into the PopCap/EA relations rabbit hole. After the launch of PVZ Heroes, it was clear that the game wouldn't do well. The 2017 layoffs were only 7 months after the game launched, and what followed was key staff members such as directors, senior artists, and animators all abandoning the project. 1 month later, in June 2017, Set 2, Galactic Gardens, was released. After that, the game would receive 2 more sets, but after January 2018, the game received no additional content. If you're following this timeline, it would seem odd that the game received all these expansions after the layoffs. This is because PopCap did not finish PVZ Heroes' updates. Instead, they hired contract workers. How do we know this? Well, there is an artist named Crystale Pellin that has PVZ concept sketches on her ArtStation. On all of her images, they have the label PopCap and Hibernum? I now get to introduce a new player into our story, Hibernum Creations. You already know we're off to a bad start when a company is based out of Quebec. They probably support the cringe Bloc Québécois. They focus on mobile games and will typically swoop in and assist in developing mobile titles. So, in this case, PopCap farmed out work to finish up the content for PVZ Heroes. There's a lot of additional evidence to back up this claim, despite the Hibernum logo giving it away. The last picture Crystale provided shows us the sketching stage. Notice the more traditional and formulaic approach. If you look at concept art, it can be very free-flowing. Artists will draw multiple heads, bodies, and all sorts of iterations to get the creative juices flowing. Here, though, it seems very deliberate, like they had to come up with 3 designs and some manager at PopCap would pick the best one. Additionally, have you ever wondered why sets 3 and 4 were split up into 2? Or why they relied so heavily on retooling existing cards and reusing animations? Well, it's likely because PopCap had very little internal staff on the project. They only wanted to allocate so many resources to contracting out new cards. Now, the one thing I haven't brought up is why PopCap would do this. Now, this gets into some technical, boring business jargon, so hang with me. A contract worker is independent of the company that is hiring them. They act like a freelancer. They operate independently and file their own taxes. They're not on the company's payroll. Now, let me clarify that contract workers aren't inherently bad. Companies often hire contract workers for specific niche jobs that may require just a few months of work. Both sides mutually benefit. However, in this case, PopCap had an apparent reason to do this. It's way cheaper. Contract workers are not officially part of the company they're working for. PopCap, or any company, doesn't have to provide them with certain benefits. No sick days, paid vacation, dental plans, or insurance coverage. With contract workers, there's simply less red tape to deal with. With the 2017 layoffs and EA's influence in full effect, we unfortunately saw the aftermath of this internal corporate restructuring. Do you know what started to pop up a lot around this time? Glassdoor reviews. If you don't know, Glassdoor is a website where former employees leave anonymous reviews of companies. These reviews started to appear around the EA acquisition and during the 2017 layoffs. The truth is that a lot of the information in these reviews is quite depressing. Sure, there are some positive reviews, it's not all doom and gloom, but a shocking majority have some harsh things to say. When looking at reviews posted around the acquisition, we see some effects that I specifically called out in this video. There are mentions of the culture changing, reflecting a stern contrast to how PopCap has fundamentally changed with the new ownership. The earnout period I described and how that negatively influenced PopCap to shift gears into focusing on the monetary side of things, that explicitly gets mentioned as well. So all those things about how EA had subtly changed the inside of PopCap, that's being confirmed all here. Beyond the EA acquisition specifically, there's plenty plenty else to analyze. Lousy management was by far the most brought up complaint. Whether it be hating confrontation, nepotism, lack of communication, drama, politics. This is a pretty big issue considering, well, I'll let Joe say it again.
Leaders build companies to reflect themselves, and they set the tone and the spirit.
There were constant layoffs and rehires in addition to what? Contract workers? Just add another check to the things Danerade has reason to believe happened. The list goes on. Creative stagnation, canceled projects, lack of original games, poor planning and direction, etc. Now, looking into reviews from former employees should be taken with a certain level of hesitation. After all, especially with the evidence we've laid out, many of these workers may have a negative tilt to their perception of PopCap. However, because everything these people are saying perfectly aligns with what I've been going on about for this entire video, it was exciting on my end to validate all of this research I've been doing. Still, it also made me kind of sad. Remember, PopCap took pride in providing an open, wild work environment. According to these reviews, current PopCap is plagued with high turnover rates, unhelpful upper management, and generally just a more uniform and generic corporation. It's sad to see a fall from grace. Now, is some of this PopCap's fault? Probably. I'm not going to put all the blame on EA. I've already mentioned that mobile gaming was experiencing a harsh shift into free-to-play, which PopCap specifically wanted to capitalize on by adding microtransactions to PvZ2. But after all of this, I think it's pretty clear that the EA acquisition negatively affected PopCap. A trailer for Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville dropped on September 4th, 2019, announcing that everybody could play the game right then and there. Titled the Founders Edition, the game would officially launch on October 18th, but those who wanted to play it early could. The game would trickle out its content to test the different features it was getting ready for. I think this was a terrible idea. For one, just shadow dropping a game like this with no build-up or hype led many people not knowing that this game even existed. And the intent of the Founders Edition? It's not like PopCap could make fundamental changes to their game just in the 6 weeks they were doing their little soft launch. BFN just had a terrible start. As an owner of the Founders Edition, I can attest to the constant appearance of bugs, a lack of content, and a game many people struggle to distinguish positively from its predecessor. I genuinely believe this launch structure killed the game on arrival, because when the game officially came out, many people had already made up their minds. Now, while I can't prove this, if I had to guess, I'd say EA was trying to rush this one out the door, to position this as EA's kid-friendly shooter and embrace a monetization format similar to Fortnite with the expensive skins and whatnot. If it was someone's idea at PopCap to shadow drop the game day and day with the trailer, they honestly should be fired. Fans did not review this game well, with people being generally confused. The Garden Warfare games were both loved and commonly known amongst gaming communities. It brought a new taste to the shooter genre, and BFN was taking a backwards approach, not setting itself apart from the crowd. Just 1 year later, in a press release, PopCap announced that they would cease the development of all future content updates. This came as a surprise to fans, and possibly to PopCap as well. There was tons of unused content, and more than just simple things like placeholders and scrapped ideas. There was progress made on new characters, most notably the Iceberg Lettuce, new legendary upgrades, Ops Phase 3, just to name a few. I honestly think EA pulled the plug on BFN, seeing the writing on the wall. Whether you believe this is a greedy or scummy thing to do is something I won't debate, but because of the immediate halt and surprise this news came as, I wouldn't be surprised if internally the developers were thinking the same thing. Though I don't have much to go off of on that specific claim, so take it with a grain of salt. I've got one big question for you. What's up with the Nintendo Switch port? This port was randomly announced in the February 2021 Direct, and people just accepted its existence. It felt like a last-ditch effort to squeeze some extra cash out of the game, and I can't blame them. BFN feels like a good fit on the Switch, and they made substantial changes. The price cuts to the Rewardotron and making outfits that initially required rainbow stars now only need in-game coins was great. Other small quality-of-life additions include offline play and motion control integration. The announcement of this port received quite a bit of news coverage, but not for the reasons you're likely thinking. Surprisingly, news sites picked up the fact that this was the first Frostbite 3 engine game ported to the Switch. Hooray! This leads to the question nobody has bothered to ask. Who made this port? I bring up this point as PopCap Vancouver was no more after the updates stopped for BFN. For a brief moment, their site updated to this, Motive Vancouver, indicating a complete shift away from the PopCap brand. Interestingly, they've changed it back. But, as with everything else in this video, I have an answer to my own question. However, this is an awkward situation where I say that the following information came from a personal source from a conversation I had years ago, so I do not have anything to cite directly. I kindly ask you, the audience, to take my word for it this time. Please. With the help of a couple of original staff members, EA hired contract workers. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. The classic contract worker strikes again. It's a real shame that PopCap Vancouver has utterly been abandoned. So, all those people wishing and praying for Garden Warfare 3, don't get your hopes up. With the PvZ shooters effectively dead, all that's left is PopCap Seattle and whatever they're working on. The only thing PopCap today seems to be working on is PvZ3. They've released 3 betas of this new iteration, yet have shown no interest in changing core game design decisions plaguing the game. It's been nearly a year since the last beta, so it begs the question, what's been going on over the past year? PopCap has been extremely quiet on any development updates. When they come out with a new beta, they post about it on EA's website out of the blue. I wouldn't be surprised if a new beta dropped while making this video, because karma's a bitch. The only news we've received is that PvZ3 has sunsetted. Sunsetting a game is EA's cutesy way of stating they'll take a game down from online stores. Now, this can mean one of two things. Either PvZ3 is officially cancelled, or a new version of PvZ3 will replace the current one. This happened with the older 2020 build and our latest betas. However, with the constant presence of job listings, I think the project is still ongoing. While PvZ3's been in development hell, EA's Chocolate Panda and Chilingo conjured up Zombie Match, a PvZ-inspired Match 3 game. Yuck! Yes, PopCap was not responsible for this. How reassuring. The zombies straight up look like the infamous Gangnam-style zombies. Then, 2 years later, Chocolate Panda and the gang returned with Plants vs. Zombies Match. Glad to see the name Plants vs. Zombies back in the title. It's generic, boring, and reuses assets from old PvZ3? Wait, not even the new one? Reusing PvZ3 assets leads to a theory I like to call the Great BFN/PvZ3 art style gamble, trademark. The art style, first shown off in the original version of PvZ3, appeared in many more places than just PvZ Match. A while back, PopCap and EA partnered with a marketing and distribution agency to refresh and modernize the PvZ brand. They worked on the look and feel of possible new PvZ packaging and merchandise. This is a style guide to make sure everything stays on brand. Notice how all the artwork shown uses a weird combination between the BFN and
I'm mostly trying to aim to get all the cosmetics, honestly. That's just what I'm doing. Since my game, I think it's Rainbow Stars and everything takes forever. Yeah, I haven't. Listen, buddy, I got this game like 2 days ago because of the winter sale. It's going for like $3 or $4 for the deluxe edition. It's going for dirt cheap. Seriously. Go on the winter Steam summer sale. It's only like $4 instead of its normal price. There's other games that are also on heavy discount. Seriously. There's a lot that's going for cheap. Also, just to let you know, I was at 300 million. Problem was, those Christmas packs cost 300,000 apiece. That eats through stuff really fast. I also cleaned out the bazaar as well. Yeah, they don't care. This is my main account. They do not care. It's a 2016 game. They don't know anti-cheat. Being perfectly honest, Battle for Neighborville is sadly the third version. Battle for Neighborville is the third version of this game. They didn't do a good job with it. EA screwed the people over big time. Like honestly, EA screwed over a lot of game companies. EA just wants money. They're greedy and they don't care about a good game. The reason Baldur's Gate won so readily was because it was an honestly good game. It was a pretty good game, good quality, well made. I wish EA would frickin' learn that if you make a good game, you'll make a lot of money. One of the reasons I tend to play older EA games. I also do research. If there's a game worth my time, I'll play it. But I also don't mind doing this. It's just kind of fun. And I love that I'm no longer getting ultra rares. You're supposed to get an ultra rare with this. But I'm not getting any of those because I got all of them. I'm just getting commons and rares. I love that. Already gotten. Alright, my buddy showed up. So, a lot of the other person viewing. Love that there's a disconnect between what the studio says people are viewing and the actual icon. So I have to assume that the icons up there are true, when the other icons in the other place are wrong. Do any of you guys want me to see me just fully max out all the characters? I could get all their EXP to the max level fish downstairs. I just gotta go back and forth. Now I'm just trying to get all of the blood cosmetics. I've already gotten all the winter cosmetics. And I've also already gotten all the alternate forms. I've also gotten all the legendary forms. Which is annoying. I haven't gotten the gnome chest yet, but I'm gonna get to them. I could actually run some mods to get the torchwood and the goat and everything. It's just that whenever you run the mods, it basically makes it so you're online technically and can run the game, but the servers and stuff don't work. So you can't really get any of the multiplayer. But that's fine. Sadly, this game is sort of dead. A lot of the other things on here are just like gone. I've even heard that a few of the really fun things just like disappeared, like certain game modes and other stuff. Right now, I'm just getting all the commons out of the way. Probably a lot of them. I also do not understand how I'm able to how I'm able to get those plants to smoke. I have a lot of them. I just keep on getting them. I don't know what to do with them. Potted plants I can do, but like the weed stuff, I don't know how to get them. Like in older levels of play, they haven't come around. I've only played like 2 days. I nearly had a cosmetic. Now up them at least. I'm doing this black. Wow, 3 hours actually. I was at 300 million coins. But now I'm just down to lower amounts of stuff. Also, to the rest that are revealing, I play other games. I tend to play whatever I got in my catalog. Not a lot, but I tend to play newer releases or stuff I just have spare amounts of. So I played Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, 3, and the pre-sequel. So I have Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel, and 3. Oh, Bronca. Alright, I'm gonna check the little icon thing to see what what I've gotten. Because I have to have gotten everything by now. I have to have gotten everything. No. No. There's the frickin' Wikipedia thing. Options redeem code. You know that redeem code thing does nothing. I remember. Right. Isn't it? Isn't this? Yeah, it's this. Because I've gotten all of these. Oh, damn it. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Please don't, for the love of... This is gonna take forever. This is just the pea shooter. This isn't even all the other plants. Uh, Once a character you can promote your accessible earn some title. Characters can promote promotion. Yes. Alright. Let's actually I have an idea. I'll go down to here. Love being with multi-hats. It's fun. Especially when you can get in-game currency. I wonder if I get Torchwood and the Goat, do they have alternate form? There are no. There's a legendary form for the. I don't like him. My favorite class. The one that when I was not cheating, I got. Let's see. Why does Colonel Why is the Colonel guy have 2 legendary forms. Like, what? How much does the lady have? Let's see. Who do I want to... I'll do the corn. This one. He deal more damage, I bet. Nope. Customization. Gestures. Got more of those. Oh god, I have so many appearance upgrades. Have those. Abilities. I just got bigger. Let's see. Yep. Love how a lot of different things can just be destroyed in this game. What the heck? Oh. Wait. Do I get full commando by killing things? Yeah. Weird. Oh. Gonna take a while. Oh, it's worthless money. Oh. Hello. Where? Oh, it's here. Hi. Feral Gamer. How are you doing? Lovely time of night here. Let's see. Time to go. Upgrades. I don't care. You just need to friend me on. Okay, so I'm playing this on Steam at least. You need to be a friend of me on Steam. I can't set this thing to open to let anyone play. What's a pass user? Hold up, sorry, I gotta read some of this. One moment. Let's yeah, no offense, but the game is grindy as little heck, and I do not have the patience for the grind. Okay, so mods and hacks are very. Mods and hacks are a little different. Yeah, give me 1 minute, because your gamer tag is a little. Because I have to literally switch back and forth between typing stuff in and then using the numbers and going back and forth. Do you use Steam or do you use. I'll see. Alright, since you do not pop up. Here. This is just the friend code that they want us to use. Alright, hope that was you. Oh. I don't use. I refuse to use EA a bit. Okay, give me a minute. Since I don't use. And. We. I know, just give me a minute. I'm not the best at technology, I'm sorry. One moment. The annoying thing is that I don't have EA. Since I don't use EA Play, I'm more of a Steam user. I just have the EA thing. You're gonna find this funny, but my EA tag, I don't know why they let me do it, is this. You see this? It's that. You can see my EA tag in the corner. So I'm currently playing it because there's a release on Steam. I bought it on Steam and I'm playing it on Steam. I just have to run it through the EA thing because they like to have their grubby little mitts on everything. Alright, sorry. Let's see. wonder. I can pull up. Oop. Okay, so let's see. Has to boot up somehow. I did see the request. It's just let's see. So let's see. Open. I don't know if I have to shut down the game for one moment. I think I might have to shut down the game, or it's that the EA thing just does not want to work. Desktop. Sorry, bud. I don't know how to get it to work. I'm sorry. Time for my favorite Chaos Gremlin. Let's see. Oh, cool. I have special. That's good. Well, get since I cannot get EA to boot up, let me try something real quick. I'll shut my game down and see if that works. There we go. So I have to have the game shut down to actually open the EA thing. What? Alright, time to close EA. Close window. I accepted your friend request. I'm booting the game back up. Give me a minute. Just because the thing's a little persnickety. Oh, you stupid piece of work. I hate EA. Can't even get their bloody program to work right. Finally! Come up, comes up. Gotta skip through the intro because the bloody thing is copyrighted music. There we go. Phenomenal pack. Plant items. Choose this with energy to get enough stickers to unlock a rare. Wow, I'm back down to just only commons. Let's see. Invite friend. Feral gamer. Invite. Invite sent. Come on here, you chaos gremlin. I'm playing as a zombie. I love the freaking imp. My favorite character, at least. Also, yes, he does look absolutely goddamn awful. Used first few cosmetics, and it was one of my favorite things to do. What I loved to do was because the imp has to be a chaos gremlin, and they both look pure freaking evil. I wanted the chaos gremlin creature. I have so many gestures. Yay! Definitely happy flip. Then right arrow. Let's see. Yep, the imp twist. That'll be perfect. The appearance. Oh god, I definitely want to go with something that looks absolutely abhorrent. Afro, no. Okay, burger. First off, let's see. It looks awful. I love it. No. Yay! Thank you for the achievement. Let's see. Oh, actually, that one. Beard. Let's see. I'll go with that and tattoos. Right, face paint covers it. Is that? Nope. Let's see. Clown. Let's see, I got a legendary creature. Yay! Thank you! Where are you? Oh, you're opening packs. Okay. God, the imp is so quick. But the double jump is fun. Now, I'm gonna test out all the imps first before I make a decision. Let's see. 'Cause I want one that can rapid fire. Yep, this one will do. That one deals fire damage. Right. Really forgot. Oh, okay. Customize appearance. Didn't they have something different for their blasters? Guess not. Gestures. Guess there's some gestures I don't have. You can see the imp has a fast prayer rate. Now it's time to go collect some stuff. The mech is ready. Time to go get some XP. Wow, I went through some. Oh, fucking sunflower. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Where did you? Oh, come and fight me. How did that thing get up there? Ah! Respawn. Six customized character upgrades. Health regen. Regeneration. How much faster is this Chaos Gremlin? Not much. That's enough. Oh wow, there's 10 extra health. Not like they're gonna be chewing through that like nobody's business. Hey! Come and fight me! Why? Why is there a sun creature coming into my place and coming at me? Yeah? What? Alright. Good night, guys.